My husband Mike was in the Special Forces group. He was on a scuba team, and then later from that moved to a door keeping team, and shortly thereafter deployed. Joey was hiding behind me.
He knew it was coming.
He knew it was coming. He was 10 and a half months old when we got the knock on the door. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like seeing a sea of green behind the glass door. I opened the door and almost shut it. And when I let those officers in and they told me the news, you can only imagine what might go through someone's mind. And it's funny because it was not like anyone would imagine. The first thing I thought of was, do I need to get a job right now? That's honestly the first thing I thought of. I think everything in my brain just shut down. I couldn't handle what the news was that I was receiving at the moment, and I just said, okay, I just need to move forward. I need to get a job. We need to figure out what we're doing. And it's organizations like the Special Operations Warrior Foundation that come in and take that part away from you so that you can focus on grieving and moving forward. And knowing that Joey, he's 10 right now, so he's not thinking about college. He's not even thinking about high school. But that's one thing that we do not have to think about. We can take what we would have had to put aside every month to pay for college and get him involved in Boy Scouts, which his father was an Eagle Scout. And it's something that's very important for me that he does, and he can go to camps, and we can put it toward basketball and all the things that he would have enjoyed, and good scuba lessons, because my husband was on a scuba team and we met scuba diving, and so that's something that's important to us. And we can get him involved in all the outdoor adventurous things that Mike did, because anybody who knows Special Forces guys or anybody involved in that type of work knows that they're adventurous. And that's what we like to do, and that's what, you know, my son and I want to do together. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting this group, and thank you so much to the Special Operations Warrior Foundation for alleviating us from having to worry about that one thing and being able to focus on moving forward.
I'm Autumn Walden. My husband, Sergeant First Class Brady Walden, was killed August 5th, 2005 in Iraq. And my daughter was 12 then, so she wasn't either really thinking about college, but you know, the children have their own grieving to go through, and they deal with it their own way, and we as the parent have our own grieving to go through, and we do that our own way as well. And I have to agree with Tricia that you're wondering, how are we going to afford what we know our husbands would have wanted for our child or children? And we're trying to grieve and still do all that. But to know that when I first went to it, actually it was a different organization. I met Tricia and she talked to me about SOWF, and it was a relief that we could both just proceed with grieving and not have to worry as much about college. My husband would have wanted my daughter to go to college, and yes, she's kind of in her junior year of college, which I'll get to that because I find that important. But I just want well wishes from everyone that the child makes it through. Because that took the stress off of me, so I'll segue right into that. When my daughter was ready to go to college, I grew up where I knew what I wanted to be, I was going to be it, I was told I was going to be it, I was told I wasn't going to change majors, so the thought of not only changing majors for my daughter, but changing schools was just, it was so uneasy for me. I didn't get it. She was so my husband's, she's so her father's daughter, laid back. I don't like that major, I'm going to switch it. I'm thinking, oh, for God's sakes, just please. If you don't take your wings and fly, I'm going to take you up on the roof and kick you off. And SOWF came in, and who was there then? Well, Lisa was, of course, and Melinda.
Oh, Melinda.
Melinda. And Melinda was able to, you know, calm me as well as, you know, encourage my daughter to do what's going to make her happy. Because when you sit back and you think of the losses we had, and many people have tragedies and losses outside of even, you know, military losses, you need to be happy and do what you want to do. So they calmed not only, you know, my daughter and caught her in the right direction, they really calmed me as well. And of course the financial aspect was a big help, but so is their moral support of these students. And you know, for them to be backed and funded just so we could get that as well as the financial funding is amazing, because, you know, I'm mother, daughter, butt heads. It was not good, so I was so glad that they came in. My daughter likes to ride horses. We rode horses. And speaking of Afghanistan and Horse Soldier, my husband is in it, so I'm very proud to announce that. And I'm so thankful for the recognition of it because, you know, he survived that. I didn't know a lot of it, so hearing about the Chinooks coming over, you know, they don't talk a lot about things. I didn't think I'd be emotional, but I'm so proud of him. I didn't know a lot until after he passed away of what he did, because they're so humble. And to allow my daughter to do those things. Thank you, Jackie. Comfort from a 10-year-old is the best. She has been able to continue to ride horses, and that's a passion of hers. So going to school for being a vet assistant and maybe being a veterinarian one day and having that support with you guys is just awesome. So thank you so much, all of you.